Police officers who have arrested other police officers? What happened? My first week on the job, I learned one rule. You don't cross Officer Maddox if you want to keep your badge. So I tried to keep my head down, but he picked me out quickly, randomly telling me one morning, you know, we used to keep your type out of these cars. For context, I'm black. I tried laughing it off since he was just testing me and even joined him on patrol when he asked. But it was rough because he liked going through the stereotypical ghetto parts of town, and he'd point to a couple of black guys and say, look at these animals. Bet I could fill a whole cell block with your cousins. Before I knew it, it escalated to him lining up black teens on the curb, searching their backpacks for substances, and then tossing their stuff on the street if he didn't find anything. One time he even called a black woman another baby factory right in front of her kids. I tried to say something once, but the officers around me told me I was dead meat if I did that, so I stayed silent. But everything changed when Maddox pulled over a Honda with 3 black teens. He dragged the driver out, shoved him onto the trunk, and whispered, you think you're people? Not in my city. The kid cried, and Maddox pressed him harder and said, I'll give you something to cry about, then reached for his baton stick. I tried to pull Maddox back, but he shoved me off and hit the kid repeatedly. Maddox got more reckless after that. The longer the department looked away, the louder he got. Every roll call he'd brag about cleaning house, and how we let these thugs think they run the streets, and next thing you know, they're in your house. I'd leave it alone, but every time he went out hunting for another target, I paid attention. One afternoon, we got a call about a possible robbery. In reality, it was just a teen in a hoodie walking too slow near a liquor store. Maddox drove like he was chasing a murder suspect. When we got there, he jumped out and immediately drew his weapon, aimed straight at a black kid who looked around 16. The kid put his hands up immediately and tried to explain how it was a misunderstanding, but Maddox screamed, on the ground, while his finger was on the trigger. The kid froze. Maddox kept barking, don't move or I'll drop you, you little animal. I was supposed to be backup, but Maddox was out of control. He got closer, firearm still out, and shouting for the kid to confess to something he hadn't done. Even though I was scared out of my mind, I stepped in between them and told Maddox to lower his weapon. He looked at me like I had gone mad and claimed this was how we kept order. I told him again to put it away. He kept it steady, and for a split second, I wondered if he was going to fire at me, but I pushed through the fear, grabbed his arm, and forced it down. Maddox fought back hard, cursing, slurring, and trying to rip himself free. He tried to elbow me in the ribs, yelling for backup, but I didn't let go. I wrestled the firearm from his grip and spun him around, pinning him against the hood of our car. He was still struggling and promising I'd regret this for the rest of my life. I cuffed him with shaking hands and said, it's over, then read him his rights. When we got back to the station, it was dead quiet, except for Maddox trying to convince everyone that I was siding with criminals. But our body cams showed what really happened. No one sided with him when they saw months of brutality against law-abiding citizens. Some of the officers who'd once laughed at his jokes just looked away. The chief wouldn't meet my eyes. After that, the department finally started asking real questions about who belonged on the force. As for Maddox, he lost his badge and is currently on trial for reckless endangerment, official misconduct, and assault with a deadly weapon.